Welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. We are here at Blueprint Wrestling in Deerfield, and I'm joined by KiLynn King. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Now today you have a big triple threat match with Anna Diaz and Ellie.
Yeah.
How does one prepare for a triple threat match versus like a regular match? Because now you have two opponents to worry about at all time.
Well, for me, I have the advantage. They're both a lot smaller than I am. So for me, it's just going to be a matter of how can I use them against each other and how can I separate them from each other so, you know, I can have the upper hand no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we talked last week. We were at Nerd Street in Orlando. We met and introduced myself to you.
Yes,
and,
that was fun.
you know, you're very nice. But in the ring, you call yourself the Queen of Crazy.
Yeah.
What is it that makes you snap or turn into that crazy one once you go inside the ring?
I feel like once I get in there, I enjoy, it's very pleasurable punching people in the face. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but there's this little switch in your head that once you get a taste of it, you're just like, oh well, you know, I'm just going to play with this and see where it goes. So, you know, yeah, I'm a sweet person in real life, but you get me in that ring and I'm gonna mess you up a little bit.
Yeah, because last week after your match, I interviewed Serpentico and Aspen both, and they were both kind of like a little banged up, but they did want a rematch eventually with you and your partner.
Well, if you don't know this, Serpentico is actually one of my original trainers. So him and I kind of know each other a little bit. So that's probably why he wants that rematch. He's like, all right, you got me this time, but let's see what happens next time. So yeah.
Now you train with the Dudleys, is that correct?
Yes. Dudleys, King Serpentico, Jay Rios, and Billy Gunn.
And Billy Gunn,
Yeah.
yes, I did see that on your Instagram.
Yes.
What's it like training with Bubba Ray and D'von? Those guys have to be quite, I think they would kind of be like real drill masters. I mean, those guys are pretty hardcore.
They don't mess around. They're hardcore, but their tactics get the job done. Like I would not be as prepared for shows if it wasn't the way they teach. They're fun, but they're very like, you know, like they instill what you need to know in you. So Team 3D Academy, it just moved to Orlando. I don't remember the address, but you look it up. It's a fantastic school. If you want to be a professional wrestler, look into Team 3D Academy. It's one of the best in Florida.
You know, speaking of like academies, it seems like there's a real surge in independent wrestling down here in Florida, which is awesome. I mean, we were at Nerd Street last week.
Yeah.
We're here at Blueprint this week. Next week there's Ronin and Gangrel has like matches this week. So for a professional wrestling fan, not is it only great to be a wrestling fan as far as like WWE, Impact, AEW, there's so much, but local wrestling, there's so much going on, and I feel like people are really missing out if they're not coming to these local shows.
Well, the cool thing about all those shows you just named is they're all run by actual wrestlers. Nerd Street is run by somebody who was also a wrestler. Ronin by a wrestler. Gangrel, a wrestler. So they're not only, they're bringing you good quality stuff. It's not just like a random promotion that wants to throw stuff together and say, hey, I run a wrestling promotion. These are people who know what they're doing. So you get such good quality at such an amazing price. So Ronin next Saturday at Broward College, and Gangrel at the
Dana Beach Casino on Sunday.
Thank you.
Yes,
Check out those shows. The Dana Beach one is a cancer benefit, so it's going to be a good time. And we're going to have Alundra Blaze there, and Caitlin. Yeah, so it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot going on, guys. If you're not checking out your independent scene, you're really missing out right now. Now, one of the questions I'm asking everybody today is about factions. I used to love, I think one of the greatest factions of all time is the Four Horsemen. Okay. If they were to challenge you and any three opponents to a match, I know. I asked Chuckles the same question too. But if you had to grab three tag team partners to go up to Four Horsemen or Four Horsewomen or a mix, because I've seen you take on the guys too, so it can be women or men, it doesn't matter. Who would you take as your three partners to have your back in a match like that?
Can I give two answers?
Absolutely.
I don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so it would either be the Dudleys.
Okay.
And then, that's only three of us. Dang it! Man.
It's the Four Horsemen. You got to have a fourth person.
Yeah, you got to have a fourth person. I don't know who I would complete that one, but definitely the Dudleys.
Okay.
Or Billy Gunn and his son Austin.
Austin Gunn. Okay.
And then I'm trying to think. I can't think of a fourth person for these things.
Wow,
but
okay.
I would like to incorporate my trainers with that because I think that would be really cool. Like, hey, these are the guys who taught me everything I know.
Right,
We're about to come screw you up. So yeah, that'd be cool.
See, like a fantasy question, that's for me. Like if I was a wrestler, I think I would bring Sting and the Road Warriors with me. Like I think I would go full on.
Okay, Road Dogg for Billy Gunn and Austin. That would round it out. That makes sense.
Okay, you get the Road Dogg.
Yeah, we get him in there, get his dance moves going.
You gotta do that.
I tend to dance sometimes, so maybe him and I could do a duet together or something like that, and then Billy can just stand there and be like, what the hell?
What the heck's going on? Well, Billy's had some interesting characters over the time.
He does. He's a character. Those would be my picks for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And last question here. On Toned In Entertainment, we love pop culture. We're watching movies. We're watching comics. Everything like that.
I know what you're about to ask me.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
What is your favorite guilty pleasure movie?
It's not even a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
The first and second Mummy.
Oh, okay.
I love those movies. I used to watch them over and over again. It was technically the first scary movie that my parents let me watch as a child.
Okay.
We every Halloween we would hand out candy and we would pick a movie and we'd have a family night and we would do that, and that was the first, like I said, scary movie that we watched together, and I just loved Brendan Fraser. I thought he was the sexiest thing in the world, and that it has everything you want. It has romance, action, comedy. What's the one character's name? Bugs. I hate Bugs. There's so many good quotes from that movie, and no matter what kind of mood I'm in, good mood, bad mood, that movie is always a go-to.
The Mummy's just that movie that can kind of cheer you up.
It's just a good movie. It's fun. I love it.
All right, well, thank you so much, KiLynn, for joining me here on Toned In Entertainment. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can bring you more awesome interviews like this.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.